Alright, so today's class is on marketing with myKW in Command. So to get started, we are going to jump into myKW, and I'm going to show you a few marketing pieces and the campaigns that are available in eEdge. So if you're following along, go ahead and get signed into mykw.kw.com. Right now I'm looking at our home page. And to start, I wanted to show you the campaigns that are available in eEdge. So I'm going to go over to my eEdge control panel and click on the plus sign next to My Marketing. And from here, I'm going to click the the second option for Manage and Create Campaigns. Alright, this is going to bring us into the My Campaigns page where we can see any of our campaigns that we currently have set up. The active campaigns will be up toward the top. You can see we have a 12 Direct this month in real estate, newsletter active, and then the monthly newsletter, this is always active. You can't turn this off, but as long as you don't have any people on here, it says 0 contacts, 0 groups, this will not send out. And then below you can see any of your paused campaigns. To create a new campaign, all we would do is go over to the top right and click the Add New Campaign button. Alright, so on this page it shows us all of our campaigns that we currently have available. I want to say that the 33 touches just wrapped up, so we might not be able to set that up today. I don't believe that they have put out the new ones yet, but we'll go ahead and take a look. But on this page, you can use the search options box over on the left to search for specific campaigns, whether you are looking at date campaigns, interval campaigns, birthday campaigns, or anniversary campaigns, or specific collections. You can also use this search box here to search by campaign title. But if you scroll through, you can see that there are 62 different campaigns available. I believe the newer ones start up at the top, so this would be the 33 touch that was just running. But I'll go ahead and explain the different campaigns. There are 12 direct campaigns. These go out once a month for the whole year. And these ones here are interval campaigns. So these ones send out based on when someone is added to the campaign. So if I were to add someone to this campaign today, they would receive the first piece, I believe, tomorrow, and then a month after that, month after that. So that's how the interval campaigns work. And like I said, the 12 directs, they are usually either something like this, like a happy and healthy home, usually something fun and informative, or a newsletter. So if you are interested in a campaign, you can actually click on this option here, Show Campaign Step Details. If you click on that, that'll open this up and you can actually see what the pieces look like. So if you were to click on any of these thumbnails, you can see this is tips for keeping your home allergy free. And then of course your information will be plugged in at the bottom. So you can scroll through those. There are, you'll see that for each campaign there might be different versions. So for this one this is just the email version. There's also the same thing, email for team. Some of these will have multi-channel, which is email and postcard, just postcard, so make sure you're looking at the right one. So those are the 12 directs. You can see there's quite a few. This seasonal one, this is actually a date campaign, so this is based on specific dates throughout the year, very similar to the 33 touch. So if you were to add someone onto a date campaign, they wouldn't go back to the beginning and receive the first piece. They would start and jump in line with everyone else and receive the next piece that's supposed to go out based on the dates. So those are the 12 direct once a month. We also have here's the new one, cool. These are the 33 touch campaigns, and we'll go ahead and set this one up after I show you all of the campaigns. But the 33 Touch, this is the first campaign that KW recommends that you set up. It goes out twice a month for the whole year. It is a date campaign, so they are based on specific dates. And it's usually a mix of something fun or informative for one part of the month and then a newsletter for the second part of the month. So this campaign is really good for your sphere of influence. So great for your Mets, family, friends, coworkers, things like that. So we'll go back to that and we'll actually set that one up. And then we have 8x8s. These are specific to buyers or sellers. These are the more aggressive campaigns, so you don't want to set just anybody up on these. You wouldn't want to put like your family and friends or past clients on an 8x8 because this, like I said, goes out. This will go out once a week for 8 weeks. So you really don't want to send this to anybody unless they are thinking of buying or selling in the near future. So you can see there are a bunch of different 8x8 campaigns for buyers or for sellers. And then down at the very bottom, if we keep scrolling, there's a few more. There's a birthday greetings campaign and an anniversary campaign. If you have your client's birthday or anniversary information, definitely add that into their contact info in eEdge, and then you can set them up on one of these campaigns. And then every year on their birthday or purchase anniversary, they will receive a nice little message from you, and I'll show you an example of what these pieces look like. So just another easy way to get in touch or have a touch with your clients. Birthdays, there's some FSBO campaigns down here. We're just going to run through these pretty quickly. And then lastly, there's a mobile app campaign. So you can actually encourage your clients to download your mobile app by setting them up on this campaign. There are 5 different email steps, and you'll see it has just information about the mobile app and then a little button here that they can click to download the app. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up and show you guys how we can actually set up the campaign. Just gotta find it. Okay, here we go. So this one, this 33 Touch Ready for What's Next, it looks like this is the new campaign for 2019-2020. So I believe the 33 Touch that was running last year, it must have just wrapped up. So this one, I believe, is starting or has started. So what I'm going to do is once you find the campaign that you'd like to set up, you can go ahead and click on the blue button that says choose this template. Awesome. And if we scroll all the way back up, this always brings you into step 2, like kind of in the middle of it. So I'm going to scroll all the way back up. Awesome. All right, so this campaign, it looks like it starts on June 3rd. So if you want to get this going, you'll want to set this up soon. I'm going to go ahead and minimize step 2. So there are 4 steps you need to go through, very simple, to set up your campaign. The first step you don't actually have to do, it's just renaming the campaign. So if you wanted to maybe name this to help you keep track of who's on it, you could do like 33 Touch SOI or what have you, past clients, family, friends. But you don't have to do this, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit save. So that was step 1, just changing the title of the campaign. Now step 2 is where we can review and configure our steps. So if we open this up, it looks like the first piece is going out June 3rd. From this place right here, we can change the date. So if you wanted this to go out later, you actually could. You can click on this little calendar and pick a different date. You can change the email subject if you'd like. And then over to the right, if we click on this little thumbnail, we can see a preview of what the email will be. But let's say we actually wanted to make some changes to this. We can go ahead and click on the personalize button next to this step. All right, so this opens this up for editing. You can go through, for these, the email pieces, they are HTML optimized, so you can't move stuff around too much. You're kind of limited to the layout that they have set up. But you can go ahead and change the content. You can change the title. that's not where I clicked. What is happening? I don't know why it kept moving up there. Scott. You can change out the photos if you'd like. Say, for example, I wanted to switch this out. I can upload an image from my computer by clicking the Upload Image button. I can go through any of my photos down here below, and they also provide some stock photos. So you can play around with this. They have tons of stuff in here. Of course, you can drag and drop to make this bigger or smaller, and basically go through and make this fit however you'd like. If you wanted to add a video, you can do that as well. Say I want to add a video up here, like an intro video or something. I'm going to put my cursor in this box and then hit enter because I want to put this video in below. Then I'm going to go up to my toolbar up at the top. If I wanted to add another image, I can click the Insert Image button, but I actually would like to add a video. So I'm going to click the Insert Video button. Looks like a little, like almost film strip with a play button on it. So we can only add videos that have been uploaded online to either YouTube or Vimeo. You can't add a video directly from your phone or from your computer. So make sure it's on YouTube or Vimeo first. Or YouTube page. And then from here, I'm just going to pick one of these videos. So if you, to add a video, you would go to the video as if you were just going to watch it. So say I want to add this video, I'm just on the page watching it. All you have to do is copy the URL up in the address bar. And then if you go back to the campaign page and paste that URL, and hit submit, it's going to plug in the video for us. So you can see this is our video that we've added in. So I'm going to drag that, make it bigger, and then I'm going to use the text alignment tool to go ahead and center this. Ooh, and there we go, our video has been added in. So you guys can play around with this. Your personal information down at the bottom, I did not go over this. This pulls from the My Account section in eEdge. So you really want to make sure before you set up any campaigns or marketing materials, you do want to go there to make sure all of your information is up to date so you don't have to individually update this on every marketing piece. But you can see it plugs in your photo, your name and title or designations, phone numbers. It does plug in a KW logo for you, but if you have a custom logo for yourself or for your office, you'll want to add that into the My Account page. And then down below, you want to make sure your mobile app information is in there. This pulls from that My Account page, and then this is your marketing email and marketing website. These will be clickable on the email. So I've made all my changes. I think this looks pretty good. I'm going to click Save. And then Exit. Alright, so you can go through and update this as much as you'd like. So you'll see every step is on here. This is going to run June 3rd until April 14th, 2020. So you can go through all of these and update them, but you don't have to. They like to say set it and forget it. That's a great thing about these campaigns. So you can actually just go through, skip step 2, and it'll just start sending out for you. One thing to note, the newsletter, so like I said, one part of the month they'll get a piece like this one we just edited, and the other part of the month they're going to get a newsletter. So the newsletter, you can see here, the personalized button is grayed out. We're not able to click that. These are not, you're not able to personalize these until about 10 days, 9 or 10 days before the piece actually goes out. That's just because they don't have the information for that month yet. So you'll see this one we can't personalize, but on June 5th you'll get a notification saying that the newsletter can be edited, and then if you wanted to, you can come in here and then personalize this newsletter. So you can make changes, you can choose not to make changes, but I'm just going to scroll down all the way to the bottom and hit Save and Continue. So this campaign is really great way to keep up with your, or keep in touch with your contacts. because it runs for the whole year. So you can set people up on this, and then you'll have touches with them twice a month for the whole year, and you don't have to do anything. So step 3 is add or remove contacts. The first tab here is groups. We can add over a whole group of people. The cool thing about this is, in the future, if I were to add anybody to this vendor's group in eEdge, they will automatically be put on this campaign along with everybody else. So that's a really easy way, kind of takes out a step for you. And then if you wanted to add people individually, you can go over here to the Contacts tab. It'll show all of your contacts and you can add them over. Once you've chosen who you'd like on this campaign, you can click Save Changes. And then all we have to do is go to step 4, Review and Activate. I always get this message saying I've made edits that have not been saved. I always just click Continue. So if you get that as well, I believe it's an error. So within Review and Activate, the first thing it asks, it says, once a contact completes this campaign, automatically add them to blank. So you can click on this and choose other campaigns. So this really only makes sense for shorter campaigns. Maybe you have people on an 8x8 or a mobile app campaign that only runs for a few weeks. Once that is completed, you can choose to automatically add them to another campaign you may have running. So for example, if I had people on an 8x8 campaign, once that wraps up after 8 weeks, I can put them on my 33 touch, and then they will still receive emails, just a different campaign. So if you're setting up a 33 touch, I wouldn't even worry about this because it's not going to finish until next year, and then you'll probably just put them on the new 33 touch for that following year. We do need to check these boxes. This one is saying I have reviewed this campaign and its recipients. Basically, you're not spamming anybody. And then if you wanted to include any showcase properties, you can check this box as well. And then I'm going to click Activate Campaign, and now my campaign will be good to go. This will bring me back over to the My Campaigns page, and we can see this new one up here is the one we set up. So from this page, you can see more information about the campaign. You can choose to pause it by clicking this button here, which I'm going to do because I don't want to spam my coworkers. If you needed to make edits to this or delete the campaign, you can just click on the title and it'll bring you back in. If you wanted to add or remove people from the campaign, you can actually just click on the group button and it'll bring up this page. I'm just going to go ahead and remove people. We'll leave Tony Stark at Gmail on there. So you can play around with your contacts without actually having to go back into the campaign, and that'll update right away. Oh, it looks like it switched it to active again, so I'll pause that. You can see information about the steps, 11 email steps, and then 11, oh, that's not the right one. Sorry. This is the one I'm working on. Ooh, that was confusing. Okay, no, where'd it go? It moved it. Sorry, guys. Since I paused it, it moved the campaign down to the bottom. This is the one we're working on. Sorry about that. So 33 touch, ready for what's next. We can see our contacts, 25 email steps, and then 14 reminder steps. This is that next campaign option. You can choose to add them to another campaign after this one finishes. And then this is kind of cool. Once this starts running, you can click on this performance button, and it'll actually give you more information about the campaign. So you can see once these start sending, you can see how many people opened, clicked, bounced, or unsubscribed. So pretty cool. So that's my quick little run through of the campaigns. If you guys have further questions, definitely reach out to us, and we have more detailed, shorter videos on just the campaigns on our YouTube page. So if you need that, you can check that out, but I just had to kind of run through this pretty quickly. The last thing I want to show you in eEdge before we switch over to Command is the marketing pieces. So I'm going to go up to Marketing at the top, click on that, and then I'm going to click Manage Designs. No, I'm not. I'm going to click Marketing Center. If you click Manage Designs, stay there. We'll be there in a second. But I'm going to click on Marketing Center. Alright, so this brings us into the Marketing Center. This is where we can access any of our print and email marketing that is available. So I am going to go ahead and click under Design Library. I'm going to click Email and Video Marketing. You can also click Browse Email Greetings here. Alright, so this brings us into the design library. The cool thing about this is any of the individual campaign steps can be sent out as a one-time email. So right now we're in the design library. This search box over here on the left will be really helpful. We're in the design library. If we wanted to switch this and see any of our saved pieces, you can do that. I'm going to go back to design library. Right now we're just looking at email and video, but if you wanted to see print as well, you could check that box. Uncheck email and video and just see print. We have postcards, flyers, greeting cards, guides. This is where your listing presentations will be under print and then guides. And then some business card templates. I'm going to run through really quickly and show you guys an email piece and then a print piece. So the email piece is the same thing as creating the campaign steps. The editing is exactly the same. So let's say I saw a step within my campaign that I really liked, but I just wanted to send it out as a one-time email rather than a whole campaign. I can come to the design library and you can search for that. You can search for the campaign or the title of that specific piece. Maybe you wanted to see stuff for buyers. You can search the keyword buyers. Oh, and it'll bring up results. So one thing to note, if you search buyers, it only gives you 12 results, but if you clear this out by clicking the red X and then search buyer, it gives us 118 results. So we have 118 different email pieces toward buyers that you can send out. So I'm searching buyer, I can scroll through these and find a piece that I really like and send it out to whatever buyers I'm working with. Trying to find like a good one that grabs my attention. Oh, this looks, I think this is fairly similar to, I guess it's just the same design as the one we were just working on. I'm just going to click this one, Your Journey Home. Your journey home, it's all about you. So all you have to do is find the piece you're interested in and click on that. And then if you wanted to, you could go in and personalize this. I'm going to go ahead and click personalize, but I'm not going to update anything in here. I just want to show you guys this really quickly. I'm going to click personalize. And then editing this is exactly the same as what we just went over. So these are those HTML optimized email pieces. But you can go through here, update any information. I'll add an exclamation point. And then hit save. And then I want to show you guys. So this is an email piece. And you'll see when I show you the print pieces next. Once your print piece is ready to go, you'll actually have the option to download it and print it. But for the print pieces, you don't have that option. But after you edit this, you'll see your updated piece over here with your photo and information plugged in. The cool thing about this is if you wanted to, this preview over here, you can actually save this. You can right click and do save image as, and then you can use this print piece for whatever you want. So you can, email piece. You can print this if you'd like. You can save it and then post it on Instagram, Facebook, send it out in the body of an email other than your eEdge email. You are just able to save this and then work with it outside of eEdge, which is really cool. But I do want to go ahead and send this out, so I'm going to click Compose Email. So when I do this, Compose Email, this is going to send out from my eEdge email. So the campaigns and any marketing that you create, any email marketing you create in eEdge is going to be sent out from your eEdge email. That's your KW Realty email. There is no way to change that at this time, so just keep that in mind. So you can see it plugged in my email here. It is kind of hazy looking and I can't click on it. That's just because it is that HTML optimized piece. So if I wanted to edit this, I would have to go back to that personalize option. But this is all good to go. So basically all we have to do, if you wanted to, you can change the subject line. And then you just have to add in contacts. So you can start to type in contacts. You can only send this to people who are in your database, so make sure they are added as contacts first. So you can start typing them in if you'd like. You can also click the To button here, and that'll pull up this. This should look familiar to you guys, where you can choose groups or individual contacts. So basically, you add in your people. You can add in additional text or anything if you'd like. You can include those showcase properties or attach a file. And then this is actually new. They added a Save Draft button. So if you're not ready to send this out just yet, you can save this as a draft and it'll be up here in your messages. But if it is good to go, you can go ahead and click Send, and that'll go out. So I have seen in the past there might be a delay on here, so if you hit send and it doesn't go through right away, I would give it a few minutes. It could take just a little bit of time. And for the campaigns and the email pieces, I always recommend adding yourself as a recipient just so you can see when it goes out and what exactly it looks like. So that's creating an email piece, an individual email piece in eEdge. Before we switch to command, I do want to show you some of the print pieces they have in here. So I'm going to go back to search up here at the top right. And now it did switch us to our Save Designs, but we're looking at our buyer keyword in Save Design. So I'm going to exit out of buyer and then go back to the design library. And I'm going to switch to print, and we're just going to put together a flyer really quickly. So over here I'm going to uncheck the box for email and video and then check the box for print. And then I'm going to select the little bubble for flyers. So there are some listing flyers available within eEdge. This is also where you can find your letters that go with the buyer and listing presentations. So if you wanted to edit any of these, you can click on the flyer you are interested in. If your IDX is hooked up, you can actually enter an MLS listing here, and it'll pull over the information for you. And now we can click the Personalize button. And if it isn't set up or it's not an MLS, you can still go through here and manually add everything in. Oh, this is a beautiful home. All right, so you can see it plugged in some photos. This layout template is a little funky, so you may have to play around with these. Like for some of these homes, if they have a really long property description, like this one is huge, you may have to edit that and just play around with things to make it look nice and fit in the best way for this template. But the cool thing is, let me just get rid of more of this. This is a really long description. The cool thing about these eEdge print pieces, different from the email pieces, you can actually just click and edit on these. So the other ones where you're kind of constrained to their layout, but on these you can actually just grab things, click on things, and move them around. It's very easy to change the layout and the look of these print pieces. So you can, make your photo bigger. Whoops. Move stuff around. Change the fonts. There are more fonts available within the print pieces than the email pieces. You can see there's a whole list of fonts here. So, like I said, I'm not going to edit this too much. You guys can come in here and play around. It's basically just click and edit, which is nice. You can come in here, customize this in whatever way you'd like. Make it look pretty. And then, of course, hit save. I always recommend hitting this save button as often as possible because, God forbid, your internet cuts out or something freezes and you lose your work. I know there's nothing more frustrating than that. But yeah, hit that save button. Once it's all good to go, you can click exit. And now we have the option to download a PDF. So if you hit download PDF, this will give you a beautiful print quality piece that you can print flyers with. And then same thing as before, if you needed a JPEG version to post on Facebook or Instagram or what have you, you can just go ahead and right click this image here and save it. Market Leader does also offer printing, but I don't know too much about that, but you can see the pricing here. But that is what I want to touch on for marketing within eEdge. So the campaigns and the flyers, even though we have Command, the campaigns and the marketing pieces in eEdge are still great, and you definitely still would want to utilize them, especially those campaigns. So now what we're going to do is we are going to switch over to Command, and I'll show you some of the things we can do with marketing over there. So to sign into Command, you would go to agent.kw.com. And our login and password for Command are actually the same as the login and password for eEdge and for myKW. So you can go ahead and get signed in. I'll give you guys a moment to sign in. And right now we are on the Command dashboard. You'll see up at the top there is a little note saying that over the next few weeks they are working on making improvements to Command. So some things may not be available or not fully available, so if you run into any speed bumps or anything, just keep that in mind. They are working on things. And then this note here, KW is still encouraging you to set up a MailChimp account, but they are, I guess MailChimp changed some settings or things like that, so it may, I don't think it's really working at this time, your MailChimp connection, but they are working on resolving that. So that's just what these little disclaimers are up at the top. Yeah, they changed the pricing. It used to be free, and now it's not, I guess. So for the campaigns within Command, I don't even think you can send those out yet. So for now, if you're looking to set up email campaigns, we are still recommending that you do that in eEdge. And if you guys have further questions or need further clarification on any of that, definitely feel free to shoot us an email or give us a call. But from within Command, we want to make sure that all of our contact information and everything is good to go first. So I'm going to go up to the top right and click on my name. I'm actually in Scott's profile, so I'm going to click on his name. And we're going to select Settings. All right. So over here on the left under Command Settings, I'm going to click on Marketing Profile. So like I mentioned for eEdge, before you send out any marketing materials, you want to make sure your info in My Account is all up to date and correct, and this is basically the same thing. You want to come into your marketing profile first to make sure everything is up to date. Up here you can see spots for your photo and your team logo. And then down below your personal information. Anything with a red star is required. So you want to make sure you have your first name, last name. You can add in your agent license number if you'd like, team name, any designations. You can add in a bio. We need a mobile phone and an office phone. And then definitely recommend adding in your email address and website, and then your market center information here. Please make sure that you're using your office address and not your home address. And then if you have a DBA logo, you can add that in. For the logos and the headshot within this marketing profile, they do need to be 360 by 360 pixels. We recommend using the website PIC resize.com. So if you have a photo that's really large, or if you upload it and it's like distorted you, go to PIC resize.com. It's free and it makes it really easy to go ahead and resize the photo so it fits better in this profile section. And then down at the very bottom, if you have any legal footers, I think KW requires this one, but if you have anything else that you need to add in that your office or your board requires, add that in here. And then you can add in your social media information, Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And then your KW branded app. So if you've done a setup with us, if you filled out a questionnaire and we've completed your setup, then all of this info should be good to go. But if you need to update anything, you can always come here. And then, of course, once this is good to go, hit save. And then that might take just a moment, but that should update. I don't think I actually changed anything. So we're going to go back over in our command settings and click on applications. There's a few things in here you want to make sure you have set up before you get into your marketing within Command. So from this page, you can see all of the apps that you can connect with Command. And ones I want to point out, up at the top we are looking at apps that are currently connected, and then if you scroll down you can see more that you have the option to connect. So in Command we have the option for post scheduling, which is really cool. It's very similar to Hootsuite. So if you wanted to schedule posts in Facebook or Twitter, you can actually hook those up here. So you can see this connected app, it says Facebook post scheduling. You can actually connect that. Mine says it's connected now. But you'll just have to click on the button over to the right that says connect account, and it'll basically do a login page for Facebook. And you can connect that. Same for Twitter, so that'll be under the social section if it's not connected. You can connect your Twitter account and your Facebook account for post scheduling. So we'll touch on that section. And then you can also connect your, if you wanted to run ads, you can actually connect your Facebook account for running ads. You can see here, you see Facebook again, but this is for the ad manager. So if you wanted to do paid advertising through Facebook, you can actually do that through Command. You would just need to connect your account here. And then MailChimp, like I said, they are kind of working out some issues with that right now. But if you wanted to, you can create a MailChimp account and connect that here. And then if you wanted to, same for the ads, you can connect your Twitter account and then Google AdWords. So I will touch on that more. I know I'm being kind of vague right now. But this is where you can come to connect those different applications. So you can see them all here, and it kind of gives you a little explanation of what those are and why they would be connected. So once all your settings are good between the applications and the marketing profile, we are actually going to jump over to the lead accelerator. So I think that is this one. Okay, so from this page, we're going to click on this little megaphone button for lead accelerator. All right, so this is where from within lead accelerator, we can set up our paid marketing campaigns and our post scheduling. So it says my marketing campaigns. This is very different from the campaigns that we just went over in eEdge. In eEdge, those were free email or email marketing campaigns that you can set up. This is for paid advertising. So if you wanted to add or run ads in Facebook, Google, Twitter, or Instagram, you can set that up in here. You can of course set those up within the individual platforms, but Command makes it nice and easy and gives you an opportunity to do that within this system. So from this page we can see any campaigns we currently have running. We can see the name here, the dates that those campaigns are running, the channel, whether it was Facebook or Instagram, the status, whether they are a draft, they're running, or they're completed, the budget, and how much has been spent, how many impressions, how many clicks, things like that. So once you have this set up, you can see more of the information. And then if you wanted to, you can edit the campaign, duplicate it, or archive it, which would basically move it out of the way and then delete it. So from this page, before we create a new one, if you are going to do this, you'll want to go to the payment profile and make sure you add in a credit card because these are paid campaigns. But from our campaigns page, I'm going to click create new and we'll just kind of create a new campaign really quick. All right, so we can do a social ad, a social post, direct mail, or email. I think this is actually new. This wasn't, I don't think I got this option before. So let's do a social ad. I'm going to click on that. Here we go. All right, so we're going to create a new campaign. You can add in the campaign name up at the top. Test ad campaign 30. You can select the channel. These are all the ones that I currently have linked up. Facebook ads, Instagram, Twitter, or Google AdWords. And then the schedule. So you can actually go in here and choose when you would like these campaigns to run. Maybe I want to do June 1st through June, let's just do a week, June 8th. So I think now you would jump down to budget. I think the minimum you can do is $1 per day. So if I put in $7, I would be doing $1 per day for that week. I believe that's the minimum. And then you can add in your goal. What is your goal? To attract listings, advertise a listing, attract talent, brand awareness, event awareness, or other. I'm going to do advertise listing. And now, hopefully you guys can see it, it's behind my support button. I'm going to click Configure Campaign. And this is where we can actually set up that campaign. You can see up here at the top, if I chose Advertise a Listing, so it's giving me the option to search listings. So I can actually search for a listing that I'd like to advertise. Let's see what we can find. No. Okay, so I don't think this is working. Sometimes I do have trouble with this. Okay, so this may be because Scott is not an agent, but you should be able to search for listings and then advertise them, pull in their information directly from MLS onto this. But down below, you can actually create the post. So I have, for Scott on his account, we manage a lot of different Facebook groups or pages for offices, so I'm just going to choose one. You'll probably only have yours on here, so just for here it's asking me to select the page. I can now add content if I wanted to add in any images. I actually did not. I meant to save a photo for this class and I did not. So let's see what I have saved in my downloads. I probably have a photo of a house or something. When was the last time I taught this? Oh, no, that's a whole flyer. Okay, so you can go through here. I'm sorry, guys. I should have had a photo of a home saved on my computer, and I did not. Here we go. This should be a home. There we go. Okay. So you can choose the photo of, if, for example, you're advertising a listing, you can choose the photo of your listing and add that in. And over here on the right, it's putting together a preview of what this ad will look like. You can add in text, beautiful new listing in Orlando, what have you. I also recommend you can add in a headline. I would probably make the headline, oh, they actually have some suggested ones here. Your dream home is on the market today. Perfect. And then you'll want to add in the CTA text is what they would actually click on. So you have the option for learn more, contact us, or open link. And then for link description, I would recommend putting the property description. So you can do like gorgeous new, ooh, that's not how you spell that, new home in Orlando, 3-bed, 2-bath, ... So this, like I said, I would probably paste the property description here, and you can see it's putting together my ad. And then for the link, you would want to put in the link to that individual listing. So if I were you, I would go to probably my Playster website or whatever website you are using for your marketing, look up my listing, and then copy that link and put that in here. So then if anybody goes to that, they will be directed to your website and they can ask for more information from there. So basically you're putting this together. This is just an example as if I was advertising a listing. So CTA link, this would be the link to the actual listing itself, whether it's from your website or MLS, put that in there. And then we have our targeting information. You can add in what age range, and then you can add in the location of where you would like this to be targeted. So if this is a home in Orlando, I'd probably want to advertise this in Orlando for people 28 to 50 years old within a 20-mile radius of this location. So once your ad is good to go, you've added in all the information you need. You can hit save and activate, but I'm not actually going to do that, so I'm going to hit save as draft. And then if you did activate this and you have your payment information in there, that will start based on the dates you chose. So that's a little bit about the campaigns. Like I said, these are different than the eEdge campaigns. These are for paid advertising on different media channels. So whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Google AdWords. It looks like they were adding in Nextdoor, and I can't remember the other one, but for now those are the ones we have the options for. So that's the campaigns. We're still in Lead Accelerator. I want to jump over to post scheduling. So within post scheduling, like I said earlier, this is very similar to Hootsuite. So basically you can create posts and schedule them to go out at specific dates and times. So we always recommend, and we manage a lot of social media for offices and different agents. A great thing you can do to make your life a lot easier is to utilize post scheduling. And what you can do is we recommend getting all your posts decided on and ready to go on Sunday, and then schedule them out that day, and then they will then run the rest of the week for you. So if you wanted to, you can sit down on Sunday, crank it out in like an hour, and then schedule your post for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then everything will be good to go and will go out on those dates and times that you've selected. So within here, you can actually do what's similar to Hootsuite, is schedule those posts. So we have our connected profiles here. Right now we have our Facebook page connected. If we wanted to connect more profiles, I can click this option here. But if I wanted to create a new post, I'm going to go ahead and click the Create New button up at the top right. Oh no! Social post. Okay. I was like, like I said, this page is new since the last time I taught this class. So I want to create a new social post for here. All right, so what we can do now is create a post, whether this is for Twitter, Facebook, or I guess based on what you're choosing over here, you can create your Facebook post. And I'm just going to do the same sort of thing. Gorgeous new listing in Orlando. Contact me today for more information. And then you can add in whatever text you need. I definitely recommend adding in the link to the listing, any information you have, probably a property description, open house information if you have that. You can click on this little photo button here to, let's see if my photo, no. I was hoping my photos would be saved in here. I don't really know where this content library is pulling from. But you can choose another photo from your computer. Let's see if I can get that. I just made listings for people the other day, so I should be able to find a listing photo pretty easily, but I apologize, guys, for not having that better prepared for you. Here we go. Add in whatever photos you need. Of course, you can add in more than one. So, and then here's the post preview down below. So this, I'm not sure that this is fully up and running yet, because every time I have taught this, unfortunately, it has not let me pick the date and time that this is being posted. So, unfortunately, so this is the general idea for this, but unfortunately it is not fully up and running yet. So whenever this is fully live, you should be able to create this post, schedule out as many as you need, and then pick the date. The only thing that I see that isn't working with this is choosing the date and time. So I believe, you should be able to click the date and then click on the time, but that has yet to work for me. But you can play around with this. Actions, you can add this post to your queue or post immediately if you wanted to. I'm going to hit post to queue. And then you can see, now I'm back at the post scheduling page. It has my post and it says May 31st at 12 p.m., but it didn't let me pick the time. So that's the only thing, like I said, that I have trouble with. I don't know how and why it picks that. It looks like it picks it for the next day at 12 p.m. I wish I could edit that time, but that doesn't seem to be working yet. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and archive that, and that's gone. But that's the general idea. I apologize, guys, that that's not fully up and running yet, but they are working on all of that. Let's see. So for email campaigns, so right now we're in Lead Accelerator. I'm going to jump down and click on this little envelope for email campaigns. I don't know if I should really go over this because we are working on figuring out what's going on with MailChimp. So here's the page where you can create email campaigns. If you had any created, you would see them here. I'm going to go ahead and hit Create Campaign. So I believe what this is supposed to do is you can create campaigns based on templates that you have in Sketchhouse and then send them out, and I believe it's supposed to send from MailChimp. I'm going to jump over to Sketchhouse first because, I'm clicking Create Campaign, but when I go, oh, okay, that wasn't working before. Okay, cool. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to, let's see, test campaign. I don't have any oh, okay, so as you guys just saw, if you were watching, it wasn't pulling anything up before, and now it is. So maybe this is working. Okay, so I probably should have gone to Sketchhouse first, but if you wanted to create a campaign, it is pulling pieces from Sketchhouse. So these are saved templates that I have created in Sketchhouse before. So let's choose this open house one and see what happens. So I am now creating the campaign. It's asking for my email subject. And then we can put in the set delivery. I don't think you can pick the time for these. I don't know what time it sends out, so I will have to get that information for you. But you can click Save Campaign. And there we go. So I want to say that this was not working the last time I taught this class, so I apologize. We're all still learning this together, but it looks like this is now working. So you can, before you could really only create the pieces in Sketchhouse and you weren't able to send them out, but it's looking like you can actually create those templates in Sketchhouse and then add them into campaigns. So for now, and for the campaigns, it looks like you can only send out one piece at a time, so it's not like the eEdge campaigns, because I chose that template, but it was only one piece. So you would basically have to create your own. It looks like maybe by creating multiple campaigns, I guess those would be like the multiple steps. But I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. I apologize, guys. I will have to get more information about these because, like I said, I think the last time I taught this class, this wasn't fully functioning, and I don't really know where we stand with all of the MailChimp stuff. So we're just going to switch gears a little bit. I'm going to go over to Sketchhouse. I'm going to click on this little, looks like a pad and paper over here. So Sketchhouse is where you can create different marketing materials within Command. Right now we're in My Sketches, so these are pieces that we have created and saved. And if we go over to KW Sketch Library, they do have some templates available for you. So different things like coming soon pieces, open house pieces, stuff like that. I'm going to choose this open house signature red, and I know we're nearing the end of class, but I'm just going to put something together really quick. Okay, I'm excited because this, like I said, it wasn't fully working before, and I think you can actually send these out now, which is awesome. So basically what you can do is this is creating so this, I believe, you're creating like a test email, and for some of these, yeah, so this would be creating a test email. So what you can do in here is play around with this, add in your information. Of course, you can go through here and click on the different items and edit this. Anything with this little percentage symbol, it means it's going to pull from MLS. So for this specific one, you would want to go up here and do select listing. But since Scott is not an agent, I believe that's why it's not showing me the KWLS listings. Oh, okay, maybe it just wasn't working on that other page. So you can come in here, for example, if you were creating this open house piece, and select your listing. Search for that. I searched by the address. You can choose images that you want to add in, whether you wanted to browse from your computer or select the ones off MLS. I'll go ahead and do that and click choose. And there we go. And so all of this information, awesome. I selected the listing and it pulled over the info. So it added in the price, the address, more statistics about the property. It doesn't look like this one had a property description, so if we wanted to, you can click on this and start to type that in or paste it. This is where we'd want to enter the, oh, did it go away? I don't want, okay. This is where you can enter, oh no. Okay, this is where I can enter the date and time for the open house. So I'm going to say Saturday, May, oh no, it'll be June 1st from 12 to 3 p.m. So you guys get the idea. You can play around with this. Over here on the right, you can actually edit the layout of this by dragging and dropping different items in. This is pretty similar to MailChimp. So maybe you wanted to add in a section underneath this photo. You can grab the section button and basically you just drag it over to wherever you'd like it added, and now you can see I added in a section here, and you can add in more content. So this is for layout where you can add in sections, and now I can add in content to that section. Maybe I wanted to add in an image. I can drag the image into this box. I'm just going to exit out of there. Maybe I want to add text, so on and so forth. So you guys can play around with this, and then what you'll want to do is I'm going to go ahead and change out the name. What is the address of this property? So I'm going to say Cornerstone Open House, and I'm going to click copy to my sketches. Okay, so I think this is a bug that they're working out because you can only save one version of each template to your drafts. So I guess if you wanted to have an open house piece like this and you already have it created for another property, I guess you would have to go back to my sketches and edit that one. I was hoping, because now it allowed me to change the title, that it would save this to my sketches as its own template, but I don't think that's the case. So up here, you can download the HTML, and then that'll allow you, like if you wanted to plug this into MailChimp or another source to send out, you could actually copy this code and put it into the body of that email wherever you're trying to send this out. You can send a test email to yourself, and then now it seems like you can actually copy this to the campaigns and send it out. But I'm going to go back to the KW sketch library and see if it's there just by chance. No, I'm sorry, my sketches. Koi Town. It's not. Okay, so I think this is still a little tricky to work with. I wish you could save multiple versions of a template within your sketches, but it doesn't seem like that's the case right now. But essentially, this is where you can come to create those templates, and it looks like we can actually email them out now through the campaign section. So through here is where you could come in like I did before, do create campaign, and then pull from, I don't know why it doesn't do that. I think you maybe have to put in the title first. Well, I believe you should be able to come in here and select the template, but as you guys saw, it worked earlier, it didn't work, and then it did work. So like that little note at the top says when we first signed in, they're still working on things. We're all still learning about command, so I apologize if this class was a little bit bumpy, but we are all working through it. So that is actually it for today. Thank you guys for sticking around. If you have further questions or any comments, concerns, or just need more clarification on anything, please feel free to reach out to us via phone or email. And if not, thank you guys again, and I hope you are enjoying this short week, and happy Friday tomorrow. So thank you.